World Championship Wrestling!
And welcome back to Retro Wrestling Games Presents. I'm your host, Alex G, and with me this evening is Matt Riley. How you doing tonight, Matt?
I'm super-duper.
Alright, fantastic. So on this episode, we're going to take a look at World Championship Wrestling for the Nintendo Entertainment System. This was released in April of 1990. It does feature the Road Warriors on the cover, but it had to be changed to Sting at some point, but I don't think they actually changed the cover. They just changed the promotional artwork. Because the Road Warriors, just like many wrestlers in this game, end up leaving WCW. So this game, by the time it came out, was extremely outdated. This game is based on Superstar Pro Wrestling for the Famicom, which is a Japanese game. A lot of times what happens here is that a Japanese game would come out, and then an American company would translate it and change the guys to suit American audiences. So obviously Pony and Nihon Busan got the licenses right from WCW and released this game. Now, the Japanese version was released in the 70s, so I have a hard time believing that, this game was released and then they changed it to put WCW guys. They had to do the development at the same time. Basically, just due to the fact that the roster is so old. Now, the roster looks like it takes place early in 1989, not early in 1990. And again, WCW being WCW at the time, there was a lot of flux in terms of the roster anyway. So the roster includes Ric Flair, Sting, Lex Luger, Mike Rotundo, Road Warrior Hawk, Road Warrior Animal, Steve Williams, Kevin Sullivan, Ricky Steamboat, Rick Steiner, Eddie Gilbert, and Michael Hayes. By the time this game came out, Ricky Steamboat is gone. Eddie Gilbert is gone. I think Kevin Sullivan's gone. Again, this is based on, there's no Muta here. Muta was a big deal in 1989. There's no Scott Steiner here, just Rick. To me, it definitely has to take place during the Steamboat Flair trilogy of matches here, because there's no Terry Funk here. The evidence suggests that this game was in development long before it was released, and it took a very, very long time for it to be released. Now, the thing about when they changed over the game, they didn't really change over the movesets all that much. So that's why you'll see Lex Luger has the octopus hold for no reason. They basically just still had their Japanese movesets intact for the most part. So again, extremely bizarre. Everyone's wearing long tights, either yellow or red, and playing through this game, it feels more like MMA because we basically have to use kicks, and then they get tired, and then you hit a maneuver. The cool part about this game is that you're able to select your wrestler's moveset prior to the match, so you can add different maneuvers for your wrestler, which is neat, a nice little innovation that they did. But unfortunately, this game just sucks. It's not good at all. I'm interested in playing the Japanese version of this game because it has a bunch of different guys in it. So in the Japanese version, it has Antonio Inoki, Giant Baba, Jumbo Shiruda, Tenryu, Riki Choshu, Akira Maeda, Bruiser Brody, Stan Hansen, Road Warrior Animal, Road Warrior Hawk, Big Van Vader, and Abdul the Butcher. So that's a pretty unique, fuck your copyright list of wrestlers here from both New Japan and All Japan. The final boss of the Japanese version is Andre the Giant, but obviously they could not use him in the United States, so they just put a mask on him and call him the WCW Master. But you can definitely tell that it's Andre the Giant, because he's exactly the same, but he's just wearing a mask. So it reminds me of the Machines like in '87, which is ridiculous.
Oh boy.
This game is hard. It's not easy. I couldn't get past Michael Hayes. He was the first guy I faced. It was Michael Hayes. I'm like, what is this bullshit? It's pretty difficult. Again, it looks like they didn't even change the fucking difficulty settings. So most people would know that Japanese games are harder than American versions of their counterparts and what have you.
Right.
So it looks like they didn't even change the fucking difficulty because this game is difficult. The controls, it doesn't feel like a WCW game at all. That's due to the fact that it is a translated Japanese video game, but this doesn't feel like it at all. And the fact that you have to basically use MMA moves, so you just leg kicks and punches, so you can hit a brainbuster. It seems to be pretty ridiculous. I think overall this game is not good. It's a lot better than the WWF game, WrestleMania, that came out the year before, 1989. But overall, wrestling games for the Nintendo, in general, are not good. They're just not. Like, there's two. There's pro wrestling, which everyone loves and adores, right? Everyone loves black box pro wrestling, right? That's the game. Okay. And then there's Tecmo. You know, there's the Tecmo wrestling game that's also pretty good. Other than that, on the Nintendo, all shit. You have WrestleMania. The King of the Ring is probably the worst game I ever played on Nintendo, period. Not just wrestling, just ever. Because it's that fucking bad. Steel Cage Challenge is shitty as well, so just not good games across the board. For a first effort for a WCW game, I guess it's not bad. I mean, it is 1990. They probably should have went with Fire Pro on this. They used the Fire Pro game instead and brought that over to the NES, but no, they went with Superstar Pro Wrestling instead. But I'm happy that the NWA/WCW got a game out in 1990. You know, it's their first step of kind of really competing with the WWE at the time. They would get action figures and trading cards as well as the years would come by. But, you know, Crockett didn't do any of those things, unfortunately. So, you know, we never got, like, NWA Crockett action figures. You know, merchandising, right? Yep. You know, that's the thing about merchandising. I think a lot of times what people fail to realize is that the WWE did not make their money in the ring. They made their money in the boardroom. Yeah. So with their merchandising and their video games and their action figures and the t-shirts and all the auxiliary money, that's how they were able to stay alive. It wasn't by good booking or good wrestling. That's for sure. You know, it's the way they're able to be licensed out there. So Matt, I know you took a look at this game. What are your thoughts?
Again, like the moveset, I was kind of curious with some of the holds. I was like, what? And of course, the graphics weren't too bad at the time, but it was, again, the selection of wrestlers. I've always been more surprised they go with, like, you know, like Eddie Gilbert, okay, you know, like, go with, like, the Midnight Express, like, rocking, like, you know, teams were going to be around. Like, where I'm losing them.
Because the Road Warriors would go to WWF not too long after this, and I'm pretty sure when this game was released, Ricky Steamboat's already in the WWF. Yeah. And it's like, if you're going to put a team on the cover, make sure you get that contract locked down. Like, right. Make sure you're not going to lose, you know, especially that you're covered. Like, that's a cool shot. That cover is awesome. The Road Warriors look fucking dope as fuck. But, you know, you lost them. So it's like, oh, now you're just promoting a team that's on WWF television now. Yeah. So if you bought this game anytime after April, it's just not going to make any sense to you whatsoever. But, you know, that's pro wrestling in general. I did want to take some time out to talk about one of my favorite times in WCW history. That's WCW 1989. Now, the year overall is very interesting. Again, it's the first year of Turner owning the company, and I think they did a relatively good job, like right out of the gate. Not in terms of their live attendance, because that shit got all fucked up, and we'll talk about that at some point. But eventually, you know, by the middle of the year, you know, Ric Flair does become Booker, and it's Ric Flair, Jim Ross, Eddie Gilbert, and Jim Cornette. And you can't ask for a better kind of creative committee than that. I mean, come on. That's fantastic. They gave us that fantastic Steamboat and Flair trilogy. They gave us Terry Funk, Ric Flair feud, which is amazing.
Oh, that was such a good feud.
Yeah. You had Muda and his ascension, Sting and his ascension, Luger doing Lex Luger things in 1989.
I think that's the year he feuded with Ricky Steamboat, or was that 90?
No, he feuded with Ricky Steamboat in 89, right before the Steamboat ever played.
Because that was the, come on, Ricky, let's go home. And it was, he not only beat the shit up, but Ricky cowered. I was like, oh.
You know, Jim Herd is clearly empowering. I know a lot of people give Jim Herd shit, and I'm one of those people because he had the ding-dongs and the hunchbacks, and that new Ruse promotion, which is ridiculous. But, you know, he was really into getting, you know, advertisers. So they had commercials, and they were sponsored by bars. So they had M&M's as a big national sponsor. They had a couple of big national sponsors for them at the time. They got the WCW magazine up and launched. They had the action figures that, you know, came out the following year. So in terms of an overall businessman, he was doing a pretty decent job in that particular era. And now live events, hiring George Scott as a booker initially, those were mistakes. And Jim Herd should have stayed far away from creative, extremely possible and just focus on the business of wrestling. You know, if you would have just trusted, you know, Kevin Sullivan and Cornette and Gilbert and Flair, he would have been all right. But, you know, he didn't, you know, put his 2 cents in there. And obviously, he had issues with people management, so he had a lack of people skills. So, you know, and you know, a lot of guys ended up leaving, you know, WCW because of that. So he lost the Road Warrior, he lost Cornette and Midnight because of that shit. You know, you lost a lot of guys, you know, big time talent because, you know, you were a prick. That's cool. Also in '89, and people don't realize that, you know, his contracts came up in '89 that WCW could have gotten. You know, there's 2 big names. Randy Savage. You know, Randy Savage is just the lead heel of WWF. He's coming off that huge babyface run in that feud with Hogan. Yeah. And apparently, from reports that we've seen, that, you know, Jim Herd lowballed him.
Really?
And didn't want to pay him a lot of money. The other contract that came up for expiration in 1989 was Roddy Piper. So imagine bringing in Savage and Piper. You have your Terry Funks there. You have your Ric Flairs there. You could have done some massive damage with that.
Oh, it would have been really good.
It would have been amazing. You would have drawn some really big crowds. Because you got to realize, in 1989, a lot of their cities were dead. Like, they killed. In 88, they killed a lot of towns in 88. So, you know, you're rebuilding, and obviously, you know, although their ratings on television were extremely good, they weren't translated to games and house shows. And so it's like they really kind of like that. Their house show business was like they're drawing 2,000 people. I think it's an Omni show where they did like 3,500. Like, those are really bad. But I think overall, 1989 WCW, if you watch the television and the pay-per-views, I think from a creative point of view, I thought it was a fantastic year. Now, from a business point of view, you know, there's some aspects of it that they did extremely well. There's some aspects of it that they did extremely poor. But again, they're learning. You know, anytime a corporate entity comes into wrestling, which is weird, because you figure that with this corporation that's a television company, that their production would have been 3-4 times better than the WWF's, but it wasn't.
Right.
And I'm like, you're wondering what's going on here, because they have this TV company who, you know, they do the Braves, they do the Atlanta Hawks, like they should know how to do this, and they clearly do not.
As a foreshadowing for this, kind of play ball here, we have SmackDown going to Fox.
Yeah.
And I actually thought of this same kind of thing. I'm like, boy, with all these connections, how do they not have wrestlers that like at TBS baseball games with Braves? You know, like.
Yeah, they never did any of that.
My running gag was always that I became a Braves fan and a Red Sox fan because every Sunday or Saturday night, Tony Schiavone be screaming, "Oh no, fans, we're out of time. We're gonna go. Atlanta Braves baseball is next."
I had a friend of mine who lived down the street and became a Braves fan because he was watching 605 wrestling.
Exactly.
But they never cross-promoted. It was the strangest things. Like, even in, like, 92, when they brought people in to be guest host with Jim Ross, like, they bring in Lawrence Taylor and Bill Frelick, and they brought in some country music guys and some NASCAR guys. I don't know who they are. They brought in Jason Hervey again. He's always around WCW. But they never brought in the Atlanta Braves or the Falcons or the Hawks or any of those guys in. And I think one of their biggest mistakes is not kind of rallying around Atlanta. Because even when Bischoff took over, there's a point in time where he stopped running fucking the Omni. Like, a lot of their big shows that are not doing place in the Omni. And that's like, you know, talking to people who, you know, lived in Atlanta and went to wrestling in Atlanta, the Omni is like the Madison Square Garden of that area. Like, it's a big fucking deal. And if you look at the Nitro era, they didn't run the fucking Omni until, you know, a whole lot. They didn't do a lot of clashes there. They didn't do a lot of, you know, Nitro was there, and then eventually just ended up just closing down. But they owned that building. You know, TBS owned that fucking building. So it's like a lot of WCW's issues was a lot of the creative accounting. Now, someone who's been in a corporate environment myself knows how, you know, people kind of, you know, take their losses and put them in a different department, and like they weren't, like WCW wasn't getting credit for any of their home video releases, so that would go to like Turner Home Entertainment, not WCW directly, and Bishop really had to fight to get that money on the books for them. So a lot of the WCW losses, especially early on, were probably true losses. They're just other departments who had more savvy, you know, vice presidents who were fucking dumping, you know, some of their, you know, their negative cash flow and some of their debts on the WCW. But that's just corporation to bet on. As we see a new billionaire who is opening a wrestling company. We'll see how that goes.
Right.
These often don't go well, so it's a little bit, kind of cross your fingers and say, man, hope this works out, but you don't know. And the Turner organization, from a business point of view, they were great, but it wasn't. I think it hurt wrestling overall, but they had that big move here. There was just too many people at Turner who hated wrestling. Ted Turner himself who loved wrestling. That was one of the mainstay shows that he had early on, and that made him. And so he always had a big affection and love for professional wrestling. But his key lieutenants and vice presidents and presidents of certain departments did not like wrestling at all. As soon as the AOL market came in, they got rid of it. We don't want this anymore. Even at the end, even at the fucking end, WCW was still the highest rated show. Like, we don't want this. Bye. It makes no sense. Kevin Nash once says, like, these executives hated the fact that they had to go to the Cable Ace Award and have wrestling in the operating show. It's the law. But, who gives a fuck about TNT today? Like, what's on TV on TNT today? Does anyone even watch that show?
TNT?
TNT.
Oh, it's all movies and, like, Law and Order.
It's like, it's gone. Now, hopefully, maybe AEW, the rumor is they're going on TNT, and that could probably save that organization.
Really?
Because no one watches TNT. So, we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, so we are officially out of time. So, WCW Wrestling for the Nintendo Entertainment System. If you want to see what WCW in 1989 looked like, play this game. But that's the only reason you play this game, because overall this game sucks. So, for a little nostalgia piece, it's good. If you're a wrestling video game collector like I am, this is the game that you have to own. Yeah. Cover art is cool, so make sure you get one that's completed package. And I think overall, it's a novel game, but if you're looking for something that has great gameplay, this is not it. Just be aware of that. So, that being said, for Matt Riley, I am Alex G. Have a good night.